Okay, hello everybody. So today I'm going to be doing a talk on skincare and a tutorial on my skincare, kind of what I do in the morning before I put my makeup on, or so as or whatever I do. So as you can see now, I'm completely makeupless and haven't even washed my face. I've given it a quick rinse, which is something I don't normally do, but the reason being is this is more for someone who's in a rush and who uses wipes, because wipes are just horrendous. They really are not good for your skin. So I'm using an alternative to wipes, which is still really good and is just as quick. So yeah. Okay, so the first thing, as you can see, I've got really bad kind of redness. I haven't got spots as such. They're kind of like tiny bits of redness and like thread veins. I've got a lot of thread vein around about here from years ago. I used to squeeze or I'd scrub with the scrub, and here I've just got some hyperpigmentation and scarring, and I have a lot of melia all around here. So I'm totally exposing myself here, but I really don't care. My forehead's not too bad. I still get the odd kind of blemish there, but they seem that I think is a more kind of hormonal thing for me. I don't seem to get them very often. So the first thing that I'm going to use is a micellar lotion. You can get these. The one that I normally use is I buy it on Paula's Choice, and I think it's by La Roche-Posay, which is another product I'm going to use. But this was on offer. It was like £3 something. We interrupt this broadcast to let you know that since filming, we have spoken to a friend who has since informed us that the L'Oreal group are also parts or owned by Nestle. Now, I suggest you do your research on Nestle, but they are an incredibly unethical company. If you are concerned about the welfare of people around the world, then I suggest you do not use L'Oreal or Body Shop or anything that is owned by the Nestle group. Thank you and sorry for the interruption. Back to our broadcast. And it works really well. It's basically, and it's used by a lot of makeup artists. I've seen it being used by a lot of makeup artists. It's basically a 3-in-1 purifying solution. So it dissolves your makeup, it tones your skin and cleanses your skin. But I just use it as a kind of, just to get everything off my skin. So just put a bit of that on kind of one half of the cotton pad and just go around. If I don't use this, then what I do use is a cleansing oil, and I use that to take off any residue. What you shouldn't do is use anything that has foaming in it, as I've said in a previous post. Anything with foaming in it, whatever it is that makes it foam, kind of it makes your skin really alkali. Whatever it is that makes it foam, the ingredient makes it really alkali. I think it's the ingredient, I'm not sure. Either way, don't use it, because your skin will become like a petri dish for bacteria to grow on, which is ridiculous because they brand those and market them to people with kind of acne prone skin, and it's like, but you're kind of making them worse. Maybe it's so it makes it worse that they get buy more of the product, I don't know. Disgusting companies. And I know some people are going to be funny. I had a discussion with a friend, she'll know who I'm talking about L'Oreal, because L'Oreal are owned by Nestle apparently, and I didn't know that, and Nestle are not a good company at all, so I think I might change product based upon that fact. Now that I am starting to get ethical with my products, which is something I never did before, but it's important. Okay, so I'm going to go right down the neck. Now, bearing in mind, I actually washed my face with an oil yesterday and then double toned and cleansed and exfoliated yesterday. And yet there's still dirt, so there we go. So there's that. And on another cotton pad, you're going to go, you could always, it's a bit disgusting I suppose, I wouldn't do it, but if you were really scrimping, then you could use like the other half that's kind of clean, but I'm not going to do that. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a astringent toner. Now this one is by, is the Effaclar. The Effaclar set, like, is really good from La Roche-Posay. They have like a duo cream which is brilliant for getting rid of acne, so that's something I would recommend definitely if you suffer from acne and kind of really severe breakouts. And we also interrupt this again, so to let you know that we have since purchased ourselves the Effaclar Duo, and which I've just been talking about, and it contains LHAs, part of the BHA-AHA kind of acid group. LHA is linolenic acid, and this has also got some kind of unclogging properties. It helps clear the skin, it unclogs your pores, it gets rid of blemishes, and pores become much more purified, and therefore imperfections are reduced. What else does it say? Oh yes, the ingredients in it will help soothe and irritated skin. And then if you go over it with the La Roche-Posay thermal water, which is the only thermal water that I agree with, the rest are just water in a bottle. This does contain selenium and zinc, which are antioxidants, and zinc helps get rid of any kind of spots or bacteria. It helps get rid of bacteria that causes spots. So this and then this work really well together. So back to the broadcast. Thank you. This is an astringent exfoliator, so what it does is it has salicylic acid, and the salicylic acid will gently exfoliate some of the skin rather than use scrubs, which will cause this. Can you see? Can you see that? That's what will cause. It's awful. So don't use scrubs. They're really, really not good for your skin. You can do just as good a job with this. The only issue I have with this is it does contain alcohol. But I've emailed a few people regarding that in the hope that it might be okay. It might be drying for your skin just as long as you like moisturise. So it's probably better for someone with more oily skin. Another alternative that I absolutely love is this, and it's the same as an astringent toner, except for it doesn't have any alcohol in it, and it has salicylic acid. And this is the Botanics set by Aveda, and if you click, I'll put a description, I'll put a link for all these products in the description bar below, and you'll be able to get them there. So, but for now I'm just going to use because I'm testing the longevity of I'm testing the longevity of this, and I'm testing on how well it works on a kind of, you know, over a prolonged period of time. I'm going to use that for now. Otherwise I probably would stick to my Botanicals by Aveda, just because it doesn't have any alcohol in it. But for now, and I've been really oily lately. My worry is that because I'm drying out my skin with this, or if I am, I'm not noticing it, but if that could be why I'm more oilier in the morning. But then it might not be, it could be because of the cream I'm using. Because at the moment I'm going through different tests of what kind of works for me, what doesn't. So there we go. And again, I always do my neck. I'm sinking in the chair. My husband cut off the legs of my chair, which is really funny, and because to kind of make it so that when I film, I don't have to raise the thing up. And as a result, every time I go to sit down, I'm like this, and it's really not funny. So yeah, that's what happened. I kind of dropped down, expecting it to be higher than it is. Anyway, so there we go. Leave that there. Now what I'll do then is go over with a toning mist. This has some kind of antioxidants in it, some citric acid as well, and some rose, I think it's got rose water, yeah, some rose water, rose extract, which is really good kind of antioxidant. It's really refreshing. So what I'll do is spray that, and that will kill any bacteria that's on the face. And also just put some of that moisture on the face. I'm going to do a bit more spritz because it's hot. It's a hot summer's day. Okay, now at night time I use Olatum. This is for really, really, really dry skin. It's probably a bit oily for me, but I like it because I do get dry skin even though my skin is oily. But for now I'm just going to use a hydrating moisturiser I'm going to use a hydrating moisturiser by Simples. I'm just going to put that on my face. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just going to rub this in. What you need to, it's really nice, this moisturiser, because it doesn't feel greasy. There's nothing, I don't think there's any oil as such in it. And you want to look at things that say hydrating or hydra, because that's going to kind of rehydrate your face. This one is my favourite. Clinique do a really good one in their kind of three-step range. The only thing with the Clinique is that their moisturisers, oh, what's wrong with me? The moisturisers are really pricey. So yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. Now what you notice is that I didn't wait for the mist to dry. The reason I didn't do that, because if it dries, what it will do is as it dries, it evaporates, and it will evaporate and take some of the moisture that's already in your skin with it, drying it further. So you want to put it on while it's wet. I'm not a fan of drying my face at all, because if you've got a clean face, you've washed it, you've got a clean face, you can just layer upon layer the moisture into your skin. There we go. And feel better already. There we go. So that's my skin routine, and that's kind of how I do it most days. Sometimes I go over it with like a skin tone perfector. This one's by Estee Lauder, and I also use like an eye cream, which I'll do another thing on eye creams at the moment because I'm currently changing eye cream. So I'll do another eye cream review as well at some point. But for now, what I do use is Estee Lauder's Night Repair. It's really amazing, but it's really expensive. And I truly believe that there are products out there that are just as good and just as amazing without the price tag. So stay tuned, and I hope you like this brief, quick kind of how I do my face. Everyone seems to be doing these videos. How I do my makeup, how I do my face, how I pack my bag, how I dress in the day. It's really funny, so I thought I'd join in, jump on the bandwagon. Okay, bye, guys. Okay, guys, bye, and have a nice day.